Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the trade recap, or the trade that I ended up taking today. So, coming into the morning here, let me just show you guys real quick. So, as you can see, good morning, coming into morning with a bearish bias. On the higher time frame, we inversed the 4-hour BISI in a discount. Now we're respecting 4-hour bearish SIBI. Daily profile of the day is New York reversal. The only negative I see here is that ES is chopping. By the same time, we could expect the 930 manipulation higher. We have 4-hour CRT with the high instead of premium of the dealing range. I don't know why it says if. And now we formed a bearish breaker on the 15-minute. Off open, hopefully we get a manipulation leg higher and catch some shorts to London or Asia lows. Let's see what happens. So as you can see, 4-hour inversed. We came back to previous day high and the low. We tap into equilibrium, swept this 4-hour high, and then the low was the London session low. Again, what did we do after that? We put in SMT, formed this bearish breaker, and then what do we have? This 30-minute gap. So I expected 930 to trade higher and then form a lower time frame, 1-minute inversion or 30-second inversion, and then target London and Asia lows. Again, if you guys now take a look here, that's exactly what we did, but no inversion, right? We ended up sweeping this internal low and then ended up dumping. We get a fair value gap entry there. Again, I always base off my trades off the 5-minute and higher, like the 15-minute. So again, we didn't get an entry to London or Asia lows, but again, the daily profile, I expected previous day low to get taken. As you can see, I want to see the continuation. Again, when we're 4 points away and then we get a retracement and 10 EM is opening higher, this is pretty A+. This is exactly my model. So 10 EM opens higher, taps into this 15-minute above the midnight opening price. What do? Put an SMT at the midnight opening price as well, right there. So if you guys take a look and we just go right here, this candle is right here, we SMT right here. So to me, this was great. SMT at midnight opening price. What am I looking for now? A 1-minute inversion. We get the inversion here, perfect. Stop right here, and I was targeting previous day low because overall my drawn liquidity was what? This higher time frame low down here, but I just need low hanging fruit. I didn't care about anything else. Okay, what the price end up doing here, the only things that again, how did I manage my trade here? Because instead of getting stopped out over here, I ended up getting just stopped here, and I'm gonna go over why I ended up moving my risk, moving my stop, and it's for a few reasons. So reason number one is we inversed this 5-minute to the upside, so it made me a little skeptical about this trade, but I didn't want to be robotic either. I wanted to see the higher time frame. And then number two was we didn't come to equilibrium from the 930 high to the low. We didn't come to equilibrium, but we came to the midnight opening price. So again, I lowered risk. Instead of risking, usually if we didn't have this, I would be risking 500 to 750 on this trade because it's super A+, right? But these are, again, the two things. And we swept London and Asia lows, right? So I feel like there is a possibility for chop, right? So that's why the first opportunity that I get to lower risk, I will, right? So again, we inverse, we tap back into the fair value gap, and I want to see displacement through this low down here. Okay, once I see displacement, again, my break even was right here. So again, I want to see this break even, and I want to see us displace through this. Of course, we had equal lows. We failed to displace. We closed back in the range, closed back in the range, closed back in the range, and I was like, all right, like this is ass. Like I don't like this. I want to see price. If price is already bearish, especially from an opening price, this should have flushed. So either I'm gonna get stopped at break even if I hold it. Either I'm gonna get stopped out if I hold this, or I'm gonna get stopped at break even because I know my model and I know when it works best and when it doesn't work best. And this is one of those situations where I felt like it could work, but I'm not willing to go full size. I'm willing to take it because it's super. The drawn liquidity is screaming at me. 10 EM is opening higher. This is an A model, right? Few things is we didn't come to equilibrium. We didn't come to we didn't come to equilibrium, and we inversed the 5-minute to the upside, right? What are the good things though? 10 EM is opening higher into the 15-minute, putting in a bearish SMT at the midnight opening price. So this is a trade that I'm willing to take. And instead of losing $350 to $400 on this trade, I ended up losing only $200, right? And this is where I go and say cut your winners early and let your runners run. So I'm cut your losers early, sorry, and let your winners run, right? So this is one of those things where I'm gonna be cautious and I'm gonna play the game of probability in this occasion. So I measured out, I weighed out the probabilities, and I said, okay, this could deliver. I'm not willing to go on full size, but I'm also willing to lower my risk any opportunity I can get, because I don't want to get stuck in chop, especially after London and Asia lows got taken, right? So overall, very, very happy with my execution on the day. Very happy that I was able to, come in and measure out the probabilities and act accordingly, not be afraid, right? And yeah, again, during this trade, I felt a little bit like, not, I wouldn't say emotional, but a little bit on edge, in the sense of like, I want to make sure I don't touch the trade a lot. But in the middle of the trade, I even told myself there's a reason why I'm touching this trade. There's a reason why I'm lowering risk as soon as I can. So if that is the case, also like, I noticed that if that's the case, then in the future maybe I won't be taking trades like this. But in this occasion, like, this is very A setup, so I'm okay with taking it. This is a very, very good trade. So yeah, again, we had a winning day on Monday. Tuesday I didn't trade, and then again today is Wednesday, no news. After Asian low got taken, I lowered risk, applied risk accordingly, lost $200. Not that big of a deal when my winners are anywhere from $500 to $1,000, right? So very grateful for this trading day. Again, I feel like we're just gonna chop for the rest of the day. I'm off for the rest of the day. Again, previous day low. Again, if anything, I want to see 11 a.m. open higher into this 5-minute gap, and then give us a trade to the previous day low. But as you can see, we're just not getting that here, obviously. So we're not gonna get that here, obviously. So with that being said, again, I hope you guys enjoy this trade recap. Pretty fast and simple, nothing insane. One thing I want to talk about as well is that I'm very proud of myself, in the sense of I'm able to walk away whenever I take a losing trade. I'm able to lower risk. I'm able to apply risk when I need to. So I feel it all comes down now to timing and trusting myself, trusting the markets, and trusting my model, right? And not being afraid. So I'm very grateful for this day. Very grateful for being able to execute. Again, coming into this day, also I felt a little bit foggy, because for some reason I was looking at like CRT too deeply, and it like kind of messed my brain up. So I realized that my trades and my inversions are like entering off of the manipulation candle, so I don't have to wait for the manipulation candle to close, and that kind of like threw me off. And then entering off of the distribution candle, so I feel like I got too focused on that, and it kind of threw me off. But coming into the day, I entered off of the manipulation candle like I always do, and yeah, really pumped, really grateful. We're just gonna keep running it, keep doing what we do best, and that's it. So again, with that being said, I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.